Alright, hi everyone, it is Music Money Monday and I am actually able to put out a video for Music Money Monday, so I am so excited about this. I am sorry that I've been so MIA, but I told you guys, and I've been telling you guys, and I'm going to keep telling you guys that law school really has taken over my life. Like, there are, at least every week, there's one night every week that I do not sleep at all, like, not at all. So that if that paints a picture for you, then that's what I'm going through right now. But I am excited that I get to put out a video, and today's video I'm going to do kind of like the last one. I'm going to do a Q&A because I have went through my comments. I still have hundreds and hundreds of comments to get back to, so I'm so sorry guys, but just bear with me and just keep submitting your comments when you have questions, because I'm going to do a lot of these Q&A style ones and take comments that I think, questions from comments that I think would help many people. So for those of you who don't know, I am Tynia Coates. I formerly worked for BMI and I have helped thousands of musicians with their royalties, and with my series, Music Money Mondays, I'm gonna help you to step up your royalty game. So for the best music business advice from someone who actually works in the industry, has their own company in the industry, been doing this thing for some time now, subscribe to my channel and click the little bell notification so you can be notified when I post my new video on Music Money Mondays. And I highly suggest doing so because I don't have a set schedule anymore, so you kind of need a notification to know when I post a new video. But in today's episode, I am going to be talking about, I picked out four questions from the comments that I thought were gonna help some people. The first question is, if there is someone who wrote the song and another person who produced the song and then I perform the song, what am I entitled to as the performer? The next question will be, does the person that records the artist in the studio get royalties as well? The third question will be, if I am the producer who makes beats and I am already signed up for performance royalties, what do I need to do to get my mechanical royalties? And the last question will be, is there any disadvantages to registering only one song at a time? So, let's get into it. Alright, so my first question is, phrase this correctly. If there is someone who wrote the song, there's another person who produced the song, and then I perform the song, then what am I entitled to as the performer? So there are many ways that you can go about this. If you are just the performer of the song and someone else wrote the song and someone else produced the song, you are entitled to master recording royalties because your voice is on the sound recording, unless you are signed to a label. If you're signed to a label, then I'm pretty sure they're gonna just take control of the master recording royalties. But if you're not signed to a label, try not to be, but if you are, make sure they're a good one who's not gonna screw you over and take all your money. But you are the owner of the master recording, you are the owner of the sound recording, so you would get all the royalties connected to that. And also when you go perform live, do a live performance anywhere, you also would get the money from the promoter or the venue that you're performing at. But I will now take this another way, because there are a lot of performers who don't necessarily write their music, but they still end up getting writer credit, and I suggest that you do that, because if this song or songs that someone else wrote is going to go on your EP or your mixtape or your album or whatever, and you did not write it at all, you still should try to claim at least some percentage of it, even if you didn't write it. And if that makes you feel bad or the other person has a problem with it, then when you go record the song, change something up just a little bit, and that counts, because that means that was you who created, you added to the creation of the song. But if you are the performer, just make sure your name is on these writer royalties. Make sure you get writer royalties or publisher royalties. Like, even if, let's say that the person who wrote the song or produced the song, they want all of their writer royalties, that's fine. You make sure that you say, okay, well then I want to own the publishing royalties because this is my song, it's going on my album, it's going on my EP, it's going on my mixtape, so I need to be in charge of the publishing. I need to be the person who is saying yay and nay to whatever someone is doing with the song. So they can still have their writer royalties and producer royalties, and you can have the publishing royalties. Collaboration, cooperation, you guys just need to work together on that. But please, just make sure you get yourself on there. Oh, and then another thing, because if you do a live performance somewhere, you're gonna get paid from the promoters up front. There's also royalties that come along with that get paid through your performing rights organization, and that you would not be entitled to as a performer if you are not on the song as a writer or a producer. So keep that in mind. Okay, so the next question is, if you are the person who records the artist in the studio, but you did not actually produce the beat, are you entitled to any royalties? Explain this. So if you are the producer in the studio who records the artist, but you did not actually create the beat or anything, a lot of the time you do not get performance royalties or mechanical royalties, things of that sort. A lot of the time, if you can though get points, what they will do is they'll give you certain points or percentages or royalties, certain percentage of royalties on the master recording, since you audio engineered the actual sound recording. So that would be the royalties. That's most common what studio producers get. If they get anything, they get the royalties from the master recording, the sound recording, since you guys are the ones who engineered the actual sound recording. But for the other performance royalties, mechanical royalties, that doesn't really happen as much, unless you just have someone amazing who loves you, and hey, keep working for them. But yes, and of course, hopefully you're getting paid in the studio. I'm pretty sure everyone pays for studio time, so just make sure you're getting your studio time, your studio pay up front, and master recording, sound recording royalties. So that's something you will have to discuss with the artist, or if they have a label, then the label. Yes. And the next question is, if you produce beats and are already signed up with the PRO, getting your performance royalties, how do you get mechanical royalties? Mechanical royalties is a little tricky, but not so much. But there is a company called the Harry Fox Agency, and the Harry Fox Agency, they are the ones who deal with distributing the mechanical royalties, and they distribute these royalties to publishers. So if you are a producer, then I would advise creating your own publishing company, and then signing up as a publisher with Harry Fox Agency, and then registering your songs through that, the songs that you're a producer on. Register the songs as they are supposed to be registered, or if they're already registered, then just make sure you link your new publisher company to those songs, and then you can start getting paid, because it's the job of the publishers. Harry Fox Agency pays publishers, and then they pay out to the artists, not the artists, they pay out to the writers. So producers are writers, considered writers on songs, and I have a whole video about that if you want to watch. I have a whole video about this whole thing, kind of, so just click up here somewhere and you'll see it. But that is what I suggest if you are a producer and you want to get your mechanical royalties. All right, and the last question is, are there any disadvantages to registering only one song at a time? I would say this, I can't just answer that question, none of these questions I can answer just briefly, but there are not disadvantages to submitting one song at a time, but there are disadvantages to submitting your songs late. My advice for registering songs would be to, whenever a song is going to be put out there into the world, it could be anywhere online. Once you're going to put that song online, once you're going to distribute that music in any type of way, you need to make sure that song is registered. You need to make sure that song is registered. You don't have to, that's pretty much it. You just have to make sure that song is registered right before you're going to submit it out to the whole world, or when you submit it out to the whole world. Because if you do not, then it's gonna be really hard to track, the companies that are tracking your music. If you never register the songs, a lot of the time that was missed data. The data was missed, the info was missed, because they were not paying attention, because you were nowhere on their radar since you did not register the song. You will miss out on a lot of royalties if you do not register your songs as they are out there, because they need to have something. It needs to be on the radar to be tracked in some way, and if not, you will be missing out. So there's not any disadvantage to registering one song at a time, but there is disadvantages if you are not registering the songs as you are putting them out there. So make sure you're doing that. Yeah, make sure you're doing that. All right, yeah, so that's about it. If you like this video, or if this video was helpful to you, or if any of my videos have been helpful to you, then please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It takes nothing from you, it only helps me out, so please make sure you give this video a thumbs up whenever you watch any of my videos. Also, I would like to address how I've been getting reached out to, basically. So I have been getting a lot of comments and also a lot of questions through DMs on Instagram, which are completely fine. You guys keep doing it, I don't have a problem with that. But I have people who have been reaching out to me through email as well, and I suggest and ask that you please do not email me unless you have already gotten permission from me to email me, because if I'm not expecting it from you, I will go over it. I'll just go right over it. So you need to just submit questions through comments or submit questions through DM on Instagram. Either way, but just please don't email me unless you've already gotten permission from me to email me, because I will miss it. Oh, I also wanted to say thank you to everyone so much, because my subscribers have been growing and I really appreciate it so much. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. And for the people who like shout me out on like Instagram and put me on their stories or put me on their page and post about me, thank you so much. Like I appreciate it. When I respond, if I miss it, I'm sorry, but when I do see it, I am thrilled. Like, I can't even show you guys how happy I am when that happens. So thank you so much. And yes, bye everyone.